seriously, how lucky are we? We're at Castle Crag on Sydney's north, and it's a place we've visited many times before to check out great architecture.
Oh, you bet, Joe. If anywhere in Australia is the cradle of modern design, it's here in Castle Crag.
And not surprisingly, the house that we're about to check out has been inspired by the nature and landscape that surrounds us. Goodness gracious me, this is spectacular.
Yeah, this is taking my breath away. Look, let me start by asking you, at high school,
Yes.
did you do woodwork?
I did, and I loved it.
Yeah. Now, this is the ultimate woodwork project on a grand architectural scale.
Might be simplifying it a little bit, but I mean, it is beautiful the way that you've got that gently raking ceiling here, all of that timber that actually just frames that amazing view out there.
Not by accident,
No.
but by design. Look, I'm always fascinated where architects come up with their original ideas from, and this one is inspired by that Angostura tree.
Okay.
In that, the architect went round the site and found these little seed pods. They were all interconnected, and he realised they had a tough exterior, all opening up to Mother Nature. And this is an architectural interpretation of that.
So there's no plasterboard in this house,
No,
Pete?
no paint, no plasterboard, just natural materials, glass, stone, and plenty of timber, Joe.
Yeah, but I really love the fact that the architect has actually used different timbers to actually put into different areas. Like here in the kitchen, he's got quite a simple palette. He's got this beautiful Tasmanian blackwood and then just stainless steel benches and appliances.
This is really a healthy home, and we can prove it with this technology. This measures the air quality, the CO2 emissions, any chemicals that are given off in the house. I mean, this is space-age technology.
Speaking of space-age technology, let me take one small step in this direction. Do you see these two range hoods? Now, these aren't actually ducted outside, they self-duct, Pete. I mean, this technology is actually seen on the space station. I mean, they're actually designed, made and manufactured in Melbourne.
So if it works in outer space, it's going to work in Castle Crag. Eat your heart out, Neil Armstrong.
So, Pete, lots of treatments you normally see on a commercial site used here domestically, like the treatment on the windows here. Those little dots allow us to see outside, but not for the neighbours to see in. And the touch of Artisans everywhere, these amazing suspended steel and timber shelves on both sides of this area are beautiful. They're by a sculptor, Gary Christian.
Yeah, industrial overtones in this domestic setting, which is very on trend.
Yeah.
Look, you'll notice there's minimal art on the walls, and that's because the architecture is the art. Now, Jane, there are 400 separate architectural drawings to put this house together, 6 pods altogether, built over 4 levels, and they've slightly separated the pods. That gets light and ventilation in around them, plus views from the rear of the rooms down to Sugarloaf Bay.
Quick question, Pete. How do you soften the sensation of walking on stone?
Well, I've done it beautifully here.
Yeah.
Now, this is German limestone. It's a very tough stone, similar to granite, but it doesn't give you the colour that the natural native sandstone gives you, which we've tried to match. But each one is just hovering on 3 pins, gives you that bounce.
Yeah, it does.
And it continues that sculptural theme, because I think it's almost like the vertebrae of the backbone of the house.
Speaking of bones, time for you and I to break up for a while. Bad pun, I know.
Can't teach that. This house is cutting edge on so many levels, but the real secret is the latest in timber technology, employing cross-laminated timber panels. Have a look at this. Each laminated piece has the grain set at 90 degrees to the next. It gives this enormous inherent strength. It's tied together with these screws, but the results are spectacular. Have a look at this 4.5 metre cantilever. Amazing.
Into the ultimate master retreat. Now, coming into the bedroom, the first thing that you actually notice is outside there's like a little grill, a little catwalk, if you like, and it means that the balustrade is quite low. And that's so that when you're sitting or lying on your bed, you actually look over the balustrade to that view, not through it. Now, here you also have an unbelievable walk-in robe. Through here to one of the 6 bathrooms on the property. Each of them have their own custom-made concrete vanities, which I think are just stunning. But the real hero here is this. The bathhouse. Remember how we mentioned that the architect likes to distinguish areas by using particular timbers? Well, here it is hewn pine, which is not only fantastic in wet areas, but also a nod to the fact that the architect was actually born in Tasmania. You've got New Zealand slate, but check out this amazing Greek travertine bath. I mean, to be perfectly honest, this is a piece of sculpture, and it's about the only thing that is just as magnificent as that view.
This house is a celebration, well, it's a smorgasbord of natural native Australian timbers, from the blackwood in the kitchen, the hewn pine in the bathroom. And this is celery top pine. But why do we love timber? Couldn't help myself. I think it's because it appeals to all of our senses. But really, in natural light, it looks amazing. And in the right hands, it's sculptural. The best example, just here. Take a look at this. I mean, this is just fibre cement backlit, but it's offsetting one of the most extraordinary features in the home. This is the cross-laminated timber, but it's put together in a spiral stair. It took 400 hours to conceive. It's a work of art.
There you are.
I mean, that's like walking up through the centre of an abalone shell.
Honestly, I'm in love with every detail, everything in this home.
Joe, this is a real house of passion, inspired by nature, but that can mean many things. But I think here it's an understanding that things age.
Yeah.
These natural materials, they will chip, they will rust, they will stain. This is a forever house where people will grow up and grow old in.
Oh, there's something for all of us in that. I wonder if we'll ever grow up. I mean, Pete, I don't know if you saw that, but there's another seed pod that fell over. Better grab it. Could be your next great idea.
I might need a good idea soon.